When you hear the word obedience and submission, what do you think about? Like, what comes
My
to your
daddy,
mind?
I think God.
My
Submit to the
father.
will of God and God only. That's it.
Who's God?
Okay, so
Who?
what God, like
Yeah, who's
a
God?
Christian God, Muslim God? What God do you mean?
So
Base God?
everybody has their own idea of God.
Correct.
So
No, what's your idea of God?
like my
Is it
idea.
Christ? Is it Allah?
No. So I believe in God as like a universal being, like a spirit in a spiritual sense, like a spirit. I don't believe in God as like a person or a man in that sense. Like I believe in God as in like you don't have to be a Buddhist, you don't have to be a Christian, you don't have to be Muslim to actually inherit the kingdom of God. Like I don't believe in that.
Okay, so you're saying that you would only submit to God. You would not submit to a man.
Absolutely.
Okay.
What is your direct question?
What comes to your mind when you hear the word obedience and submit?
Oh yeah, my father. I think of like a dad or something of that magnitude. When I think of my husband, because I feel like that's something that it needs to be said. So in a marriage, it's like, how can I say it? It's like I live on Saturn and you live on Pluto, and we decide we want to get married and start a life together. So it's a decision of, am I going to jump on your planet or are you going to jump on your planet? But there's going to be a leap of faith.
I have a question.
Yes.
So what are...
I didn't even finish, but go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. Sorry.
Because now I think I lost it, but what did you want to say?
So what is your husband's responsibility
Good question.
to you? Like just for your...
He's the center of my world. He's everything to me. As your husband.
Let's just say, is your husband essentially your father?
Is he my father?
Like, so your father had roles of protecting and providing for you and wanting the best from you?
Which he lacked. So I think in the light of me admitting to have had daddy issues, I look at my husband as being more of a partner, and like we're walking through life hand in hand. But there are most certainly days where I'll have a conversation with him and it's like, well, how you feeling? And it's like, I'm at a good 20, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna eat this 80 for you. And then, it might be a day where I'm like, I'm at like 10. I'm at 10 and he's gonna eat the 90.
Yeah, but you don't look at it as like equal though.
I think there are some things that can be equalized in a marriage.
Like what?
But if I had to like I'm never gonna sit here and tell you guys that I'm gonna put
all she's trying to say is, I want it to be equal when I want it to be equal, and I want him to be a leader when I want him to be a leader. Meaning they pick and choose when they want to submit. Another woman on the other side literally said, she also said it, they only submit to their fathers. To their fathers. They are very specific, because if that wasn't the case, they could literally have said, I submit to my man in a relationship or in a marriage. But this woman is literally struggling to say she submits to her husband. I don't know if she's really married or she's speaking in the future, but if this is your wife, if this is your wife, guys, if one of you guys in the chat, if this is your wife, you got to think twice. But anyway, at the same time, some guys don't really care because that's all they can do. So,
I'm not going to pedestalize my marriage. I'm not going to say that there needs to be one person that's at the forefront, because when see him, you see me, and vice versa. So I
think what Ease was trying to get at was, because she asked the question, what comes to mind when you hear obedience and submission? You said your father.
Yeah.
Ease asked the question. He's basically, since you're a married woman, he's saying that, traditionally speaking, and also that relationship dynamic that the father played, the father is handing his daughter off to a man that can basically fill his role. So essentially, that the husband is the new father role, right? He is
definitely gonna exhume some of those characteristics.
So then the question is, 100%. Then the question is, since you view obedience and submission as like your father or a father, do you view obedience and submission as your husband?
And she doesn't, because she just said she's never gonna pedestalize her husband. Meaning she will never put him. I don't know why women think submitting to their husband is such a bad thing to do. But when it comes to him paying bills, it's like when it comes to a man's responsibilities, they want him to do those things, right? But they don't want him to do it because, you know, they appreciate it. No, they want him to do it because that's what he's supposed to do. And they take it for granted that he's supposed to do that. But most guys don't want to be providers anymore. So she has a man who probably pays, but it's maybe they're 50-50 because the way she's speaking about the husband, it doesn't sound like he's a full provider 100%. But then again, I'm not sure. But any woman who speaks about the husband like that, when he's paying 100% of the bills, if I saw that, bro, I'll tell him, bro, you got to go 50-50 because clearly she doesn't respect you.
In some ways, yes. There,
Okay,
I will.
fair enough.
I have no problem with saying I submit to my husband in some way, shape, or form.
And that's what Natalie,
It's not in a traditional way as you guys
What?
see.
and that's what Natalie meant when she said, you know, be obedient to your husband. Basically,
Well, it was how she got to that point where it was like this pre-submission thing. I
got it. Here's how we can make a clear distinction of this. In your marriage, who has the final say?
Good question.
Well, I mean, about what?
So
Because I
Everything.
think in a marriage, I think what needs to be understood is that it's a constant compromise. It's not, oh, it's my way or the highway. That's not now.
So if it's the case that a compromise cannot happen, meaning that it's just something, it's hypothetical, right? So hypothetically speaking, I just want to know how you view your relationship. It's not about anything that ever happened in a relationship, but how you view it, how you view your marriage. So if it's the case that a compromise cannot happen, there's a disagreement, you're not agreeing on this situation and he's not budging at all. He is not willing to agree. Well, in order for the relationship to go on, someone has to
be the tiebreaker.
cave in. Someone has to say, you know what, we'll go with what you want to do. My question is, would that be you or would that be your husband? Who's
It's probably going to be the husband. The way she's speaking, guys, if you want to know the type, how happy a relationship is, the type of relationship two people have, listen to how the woman speaks about the husband, the boyfriend. Because there are two types of women. The women who are going to speak very nice of their husband. I don't care if they're mean to the guy in the back at home. But the way woman speaks about the boyfriend, the husband in public, around other people, lets you know what type of relationship they have. Because if she can't respect him in public, that lets you know whatever he's a king in jail, pretty much. Because she believes they're equal. Not when the bill is due, not when the rent is due. So this is what I was saying. Either they're going 50-50 on bills, or he's just a weak guy and she doesn't respect him, which I wouldn't be surprised because these days women literally don't respect men.
going to be the one that's going to break and have that, give the final say?
That's an open-ended question because I'll bend, but I won't fold. And it's the same with him.
What?
He'll bend, but he
The
won't fold.
fuck?
Do you view yourself as the type of woman that loves and respects and
No.
admires her man and trusts her man that
No,
you would yield
she
the
doesn't.
authority and the final decision to your man to move past this thing that we can't compromise about?
She doesn't.
Do you view yourself like that or no?
I mean,
That's a no, because that's a yes or no question. And she's like, I mean, you know, that's a no. I told you guys, the way a woman speaks about the man, her boyfriend, her husband in public, she's not even confident in saying, yes, I respect. That was a simple question. Yes, I respect my husband. Yes, I'm obedient. Yes, I like my man. Yes, like it was supposed to be a simple yes. I mean, she's like, I mean, you know, that's a no. She doesn't respect him.
yield is a much better word.
It's all about words.
Yeah, for me it is. It's about the language because when you're speaking about something that you're not
Oh my
necessarily
God.
in, like a marriage, you want to make sure you're speaking the right information, especially to an audience so big, because a marriage is a constant. It's like, it's not, I don't want to call it a job, but it is work.
It's a duty.
You're
It's a duty
working,
for sure.
right?
Okay.
And with, this word of duty also.
Okay, so if you're thinking about that, right, we can use that analogy. If it's like work, if it's like a job, things like that, then is your man
Supposed.
The manager has the final say.
Good
So,
question.
like, I'm gonna break down more of like
Okay,
the
she
kitchen
trying-
brigade. Like,
Yeah.
there's an executive chef and there's a sous chef, and like our roles interchange. There will be times where he will be executing and I will be following behind him, and then there will be times where I'm sweeping the floor and he's coming behind me with the mop.
Okay, so here's what I want to say.
They pick
If
and
it's the
choose.
case that the woman is the one that has the final say and the man is yielding, right? And he's giving the woman the authority, well, she's the leader in the relationship.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, I think it's more complicated than that. I think that
It shouldn't be.
if we just look at on a worldwide basis, there are more women leading in the highest positions that exist than there are males.
Nah, no, it's
in
not.
this country,
That's not even
I mean,
true.
there's more female presidents than there are male presidents, and that is 100%
That's not even
fact.
true.
And I'm
You
talking
said
about
more
worldwide.
female presidents
That's
than there
not even
are
true.
male presidents.
Yes, worldwide, correct.
Worldwide?
Yes.
That's
That's a
even
lie.
true.
Okay. Well, I will
Where the fuck
I will
did she
stand
get
on
that
that,
from?
10 toes down.
Okay, Dan, you want to go ahead and
yeah.
Google that and we can bring it up because I'm thinking about Africa, which is their very patriarchal continent with a lot of countries.
Yeah, 52, I think, to be exact.
I think that and you could be right. This could be with the indoctrination of feminism.
Right.
I won't be surprised. But Google that real quick, Dan. Turn off that light. Thanks.
I don't think that's true.
It's on
But what
Censor.
I was trying to lead to is that you know, there have been historic empires and led armies through wars and things like that, and she still had a husband, right?
Dan, just go to Google. You're on Yahoo.
You saw it though, like you saw it on the screen.
What the? Thanks.
And as of when?
That's
All
not true. I just
right. So this gives
Read
the
up.
proof that there are more male presidents than there are female presidents, and you can put it.
He said, I'm right.
All right, there we go. All right, so that's the proof.
Okay.
Now you can stop sharing that.
I mean,
know-
I looked it up too. That's not true. Not true at all. Hold on. I can show you guys too. Give me 1 second. I can show you. I just looked up too. It's not true. See it right there. As of late 2025, male leaders significantly outnumber female leaders. Approximately 32 women serving, and the rest 95 countries are women, are men. Like, I don't know where I honestly don't know where she got her information from, but they keep lying on these things. I don't know where. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of women presidents being more than men. That's crazy.
I was right. I'm usually always right. But anyways, what was the example you was going to make? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It wasn't an example. The point that I was going to
Yeah,
make
the
is
point.
that I think sometimes we get stuck with this ideal of there needs to be a leader and what that leader usually looks like. And we always try to kind of put the face of a male on that when, like I said, historically, even now, there are women who have literally led, like I said, men through wars who have been
What?
leaders of empires, just like there were males,
Where?
and they've always had a significant other. So how would you have imagined?
What?
I don't know who's the popular. Oh, Cleopatra. If she was a queen for as long as they say, and when she was her significant other or spouse, what do you think they were doing? Envying her or supporting
That's
her
one
through her
example, though.
leadership?
So do you believe the husband is the man of the household or no?
Well, yeah,
No.
they most certainly can be the man
Good
of they
ideas.
are. I mean, they're the only man there until you start having kids.
Okay, so real quick on your history thing, I don't think that. So you're saying that there's been like currently right now with the indoctrination of feminism and stuff like that, and the movement towards
Yep.
egalitarianism, which is the idea that men and women are equal. I think that currently right now, this is why you're seeing some countries having some women presidents. But we just Googled it and Google
I think
and Google proved me right that there are more male presidents than there are female presidents. But then you went to history in the past. I would say in the past it was even more patriarchal than it is right now. Like currently right now, it's a little bit more matriarchal. There's more women in leadership positions only because men give women rights to be in those positions. But in the past, it was very patriarchal where men weren't given women any type of rights like that. So what history are you pointing to?
I don't think that it was necessary. Like this idea of rights. I mean, yeah, that's that's a very political word, but there have been known queens that have led. I mean, look at Queen Elizabeth just perished. She had a husband. Now he's the king. So my point is that there's been in the past and in most history, it doesn't matter where, it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, she only became a queen because
There was no king.
she was married to the king, but then the king died, and this is why she's the queen. Like
And
she
then
didn't actually
died.
she didn't actually like accomplish and earn that position on her own without a king. And it's
Facts.
it's
So
always
because she inherited it. It wasn't because you said right. So she had the right to that throne because her father died.
yeah, but well, only because men allowed her that position. Men gave her that position. Like she
Well, who else
couldn't
would it
take,
have gone to. She was the natural heir.
even if she's the natural
Her
heir,
older
if
sister.
yeah, but if we're speaking about rights, even if she was the natural heir to the throne, if men didn't want her to be the heir to the
She
throne,
wouldn't
then
have
she
been.
wouldn't be the heir to the throne.
Oh,
Yeah, that's all I'm
I mean,
saying.
I disagree, but
Well,
they would be you know, you guys have rules that you set and stuff like that. Then they would essentially be breaking their own rules that they put in place.
It don't
Well, yeah,
matter.
that happens all the time. Like men always like think about even how like America was founded. It was like, oh well, they fought against the country in in Great Britain and they escaped and they went over here and found America, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Uncovered, yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is to make it clear when you're bringing up history, like past history,
My point
I
was
don't
just
think
that
of
there
any
was
time.
women in leadership positions even before now, and they also had spouses, which how other kings were born.
But what I'm
Yeah, but even when women are in leadership positions, it doesn't mean they want to lead. I mean, some women want to lead in the relationship, but even the women who want to lead in relationships still expect the man to provide. Even women who make $1 million a year still want men. Even if you make $80,000 and you date a woman who makes $1 million, she's going to expect you to provide. So unless that leadership is helping the family in its or the relationship in a way, it doesn't matter just because you're a CEO of a company. In your relationship is different.
saying is they were in those leadership positions and it's more of a privileged position. They actually didn't earn it.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. Do you agree with that or no?
Could be two truths at the same time. I don't think a lot of men naturally earned a lot of things too. I think a lot of them inherited things as well. If we're speaking in that time period, but yeah, I can't say everything that men have had in their life they earned or didn't gain out of legitimacy.
Well, I see what you're saying now. My point is very simple. When we're speaking about the genders, the sexes, right? Men and women, I'm saying that, well, men are the ones that grant rights. Like rights is just a social construct. It's a construct in the mind, right? But men are the enforcers of rights. They enforce every right that you have. Women, they can only appeal to men to enforce their rights. So like women collectively together, they cannot enforce their own rights.
Yeah, they get other men to help them get the rights that they cry about.